Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, dogs, cats, we're here again. Sweet Remedy, the park. Didn't like it. I like it here. Episode 38 of the B Graders. And Matt, it's upon us, it's coming. The countdown's happening, the anticipation is huge. The Graeme Brown Supercrit this Saturday.
Yeah, I'm pretty mellow about it.
No, you're not.
You can tell.
No, you were shitting yourself just earlier in the cafe.
GB Supercrit is on this Saturday afternoon. O'Grady's in town, Vogel's is in town. Still Bishop, who hasn't raced for 33 years. Not only did he go on the South Perth Relays training ride the other day to see how the form was, he rang me up yesterday to tell me, oh, it's a bit of a small circuit, Matt. I said, well, how do you know it's a small circuit still? Oh, I've been and done a few laps of it. I said, oh, you sure you did the right circuit? Oh, yeah, I researched it on the video that you sent me through of the race. It's no wonder why Steele Bishop was the professional that he was. He's actually been riding around it just for the Legends ride. Now, we start on Friday night at the Subiaco Football Club function rooms at Leederville Oval.
Leederville Oval, not Subiaco Oval, not Domain Stadium. We're talking Leederville Oval, the home of the once Garlic Muncher Cardinals.
There you go.
They're now in West Perth. They're now Joondalup.
An evening with Stuart O'Grady and guests. Hank Vogels and Stuart O'Grady, just two of the people that will be on stage. We're going to hear a lot about the old GAN days, about the old Credit Agricole days from the boys. There'll be a few more special guests there on Friday night. Then race day, starting from about 11 o'clock. We've got the kids, we've got the girls, we've got the vets, we've got the legends mid-afternoon, and then we've got the big main race of the boys to see if Graeme Brown can win another
he's not
race.
Win. Can't win it. I'm putting my name on it now. He can't win it. And you know why?
Why?
He carried his bike up the Murder Hay at Tour of Margaret River. He's going shit.
I tell you what,
If you find Stuart O'Grady's Twitter feed video of of Graeme Brown,
he's kept that quiet,
walking with the bike cyclocross style over his shoulder up the hill.
Had he punctured?
No.
Had he broken his chain?
No. No, he's just old and slow.
Well, here's some good news. Well done, Michael Freeberg, friend of the show. 2017 Subaru National Road Series champion. The West Australian has won the National Road Series.
Isn't that fantastic?
He is the champion. Well done, Freebie.
And I'll give you this. He is trying to get into the Commonwealth Games squad. He came to me and said, Toggers, I need to borrow your track power meter. I said, why is that? He says, I've got to do some training, I've got to get certain numbers to get in the squad. He says, you're the only idiot I know with a track power meter. Can I borrow it?
So you are an idiot. And he messaged me yesterday asking me if he could borrow my home trainer. I had one of those, I can't think, RevBox. I had a RevBox trainer.
Oh, yeah, he wanted that, did he?
He wanted that as well. He's a bit serious, the old Freeberg, and he's racing this Saturday. So you got Freeberg, you got Stephen Hall, the dual state road and criterium champion this year. You got Theo Yates, who incidentally won the Rockingham Cycling Classic at the weekend in front of Stephen Hall and Tyler Lindorf. They lapped the field right on the finish line. Theo Yates won it. By the way, Laura Hodges, well done in the new TBE kit for next year. She won Open Women's down at Rockingham. Well done to Mark Glory, all the crew down at Rockingham, down at Peel District Cycling Club for putting on the Rockingham Classic. It was an absolute ripper. Now, an old young mate of mine, Jackson Brown, was on the microphone. No, not the dead singer. Jackson Brown, the former bike rider. Well, he might as well be. Jackson Brown, the former young bike rider, was on the microphone doing a lot of screaming into the microphone.
Was he sort of like Daryl...
a bit like Daryl Eastlake. Yeah, a bit like Daryl Eastlake.
Yeah,
but it sounds like you did a pretty good job, the young bloke. So,
he's not getting my job.
He's not getting our job. No, you're not that good. But you've started. So keep going with it.
Everyone's got to start somewhere, don't they?
Keep going with it, Jackson Brown. I was quite impressed. Very impressed to hear that you were doing it into the microphone. What else we got about GB Supercrit? Jess Allen is riding. Rebecca Mackey is riding. It's going to be between them for the ladies' event. But you've got Freeberg, Yates, Kalmer, Hall, Graeme Brown.
Welsford.
No.
Not coming. He's not on the poster.
No, that's last year. Somebody shared last year's poster because they're a muppet. Wells was not coming. He fell off in Adelaide and he's got training camp this weekend. He very politely messaged me to tell me he wasn't coming. Who else
that's code for his girlfriend's over there.
No, I saw the photo. So he's not coming. Who else could win on Sunday? Matt Upton went out and did 201 kilometres training today.
It's not going to help him.
It's probably not going to help him, but he did 201 kilometres. I won't do 200 kilometres this week, and he's just done it today. I'm looking forward to this weekend now.
I am too.
Tognini's going to be commentating. I'm going to be commentating.
I'm really
Rob
looking
Goyan's
forward.
going to be commentating.
I'm looking forward to it, even now that you dropped me in with me missus.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, Matt's commentating on Saturday. I was going away on Saturday.
No, she was
No,
going
you're not
away.
anymore, darling. I'm telling you. You're going away the next day.
Away. You're not going anywhere. Old man, Mike Pointer, going to be there to do the Legends Criterium
He's going
commentary.
to assist me with the names.
He'll be teaching you what to do.
He'll be telling me how good all these people were.
Hey, what else has been going on? Rockingham, we talked about that. What else happened at the weekend?
Well, I went to the Tour of Margaret River, Matthew, and
win.
Let's talk about the Tour of Margaret River. Firstly, Brendan Morrison.
Won last year, didn't win this year.
Didn't. Won Division 7 last year. Brendan Morrison, Rebecca Cotton, and our mate Stevie Gallagher. Magnificent job.
Well done.
The best Tour of Margaret River I've been involved in. I've done a few of them. This one was exceptional. The course was hard.
Horrendous on top.
Hard.
Horrendous.
It was really hard. It was very, very hot. But centering the race around Nannup seemed to work really, really well. There was a great complement of riders down there. There was 110 teams of 6 people in each team.
So it's 660 people?
Yeah, thereabouts. You had some really quality professional riders helping out. Well, you had the great Luke Durbridge.
Yep, he's great.
You had the not so great but not too bad Michael Freeberg.
Oh, he's great. He's a national race series champion.
But he's not quite as good as Luke.
And he's engaged to Luke. I mean, his sister's engaged to Luke.
His sister's engaged to Luke. He could be engaged to Luke as well, the way they were hanging out together. You had the GOAT, Mariana Voss. She rode in my team.
Rode in a shit team.
Shit team. We only got second in Division 3, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Didn't
sandbag well enough.
No, did not sandbag well enough, let me tell you. When you go across the line at the end of the team time trial that grades you and everyone turns to each other and said, we went too quick, you know you're in trouble. You had Jessica Allen. You had Annemiek van Vleuten.
Very good.
She is a fabulous young lady. Rode really, really well with her SBR team. Taught them a thing or three. And
she rode for SBR.
She rode
was
for
that Narby's team?
No, she rode for the SBR third girls team, and she made sure that they had a really, really good time. Narby, Narby's girls team did very, very well. Narby, of course, the queen of SBR.
Yes, there's no doubt about it.
There's no doubt that what she says goes.
And she can swing off a wheel quite well.
Well, she is a swinger, and she did have to explain to Annemiek how that goes.
In Australia.
In Australia. We had a couple of other pros, can't remember the names. The whole WM3 women's team was here. They're now doing a training
Jerome
camp.
Blyleven's there might be a surprise this weekend at the GB Supercrit about Jerome Blyleven's, by the way.
Now, the only thing I would say is there's a couple of logistical things they need to maybe fix for next year, but you can't complain when you go out. Most people stay upright, you have a good time, and
one
you
of
have
the
some good racing.
logistical things they do need to fix at Tour of Margaret River is they need to give that stupid Irishman some sunblock.
Oh,
glowing red.
Gallagher looked like a lobster. And not glowing. I mean, he was radiating heat.
I thought he was the Lanterne Rouge prize, just walking around.
He has expressed an interest next year for the last day. Instead of a double stage, it's going to be a triple stage. We'll have a road stage in the morning, a team time trial, then a hill climb, just to make me happy, he reckons.
Yeah, or a drinking session, that would work.
Well, that happened anyway. We did teach Liam Sherwin how to drink red wine.
You haven't taught him how, you've just introduced him to it.
Now he knows how to drink it. And thank you to Mike Sleegers for taking a bunch of us down to your winery, showing us how the wine's made and letting us drink a bunch of free reds and whites.
Where was the wine? What was the wine?
McHenry Hohen.
There you go.
Mike Sleegers, chief viticulturist there, did us proud. Hook him up, go and get some wine off him.
If you want to see all the results, go to the Tour of Margaret River Facebook page. Meta Race. Nathan has been doing all of the results, so you'll be able to see who got the results everywhere.
And you want to see some photos, Beardy McBeard has photos up.
Zach Williams has photos up.
And West Cycle has a whole bunch of them.
Yep.
Just go in, find yourself, find your mates, tag them. You'll see some absolute faces of pain in some of these, climbing that stupid hill in Ballingup.
Oh, it sounded like it was good. Eddie Holland's one going
He did. I saw him going up there because I'd already finished, because he sandbagged correctly.
No, he rode with a team. He was virtually the virtual professional in his team. They went as hard as they could.
Yeah.
They actually tried. They had sportsman-like conduct, unlike you blokes who tried to get into a lower grade to win.
And we couldn't.
Hey.
We were shit at sandbagging.
There's not a lot going on in Europe, but something has come out in Europe this last couple of days. Phil Gamon, former professional cyclist.
And has a YouTube channel called Worst Retirement Ever.
And
he goes around trying to get Strava segments on climbs. Worth a look. He's quite funny sometimes.
But he has written a book. And in his book, he has blatantly accused Fabian Cancellara of using a motor.
Well, I think his
on
words were,
bike.
Fabian Cancellara motor doping, that I can't bastard probably did that. That's what he said.
To the point where Fabian's come out and said, don't sell your book, take that out of your book and apologise.
Yeah,
and
but
Phil Gaiman has said,
go
nah.
away. But you know the Swiss, no sense of humour. He wouldn't have taken it as a joke it was meant.
I don't know. A couple of years ago, there was a thing on Eurosport that they went to Fabian's house once a week and did a little thing. And he goes through his bike room and he shows you the bike and he says, this is the bike of controversy. And it's quite funny when we've been lucky enough to meet Jens Voigt over the years, and we know they rode with O'Grady and all these sorts of guys and Vogels and all that. So they've got a real Australian twang to their English when they speak. And Fabian Cancellara says, when I heard the accusations, I was like, oh, you stupid buggers, like in a real Australian way. He's convinced that he didn't have a motor on that day. We've got some YouTube footage of it. You can find it. We may even put it up there on the screen.
There's one in Paris-Roubaix
where he takes off like a motorbike, and you think, my goodness me. But then again, he did it more than once in his career, so it's
he
not
did it
like
up
he
the
did
Kemmelberg
it
as well.
Out of the ordinary. So
look, who knows? And who
watch
cares?
that
To be
space.
honest, it was entertaining.
So have a look around on the bike paths the next couple of days. Stuart O'Grady is in town. Hank Vogels is in town. I'm sure they'll be around the Fremantle area probably Thursday morning doing old pappers.
No, they'll probably just be sitting and drinking coffee.
No, they're going to be riding their bikes. They're going to be riding. Hank's going all right. I tell you, a big sorry to undoubtedly one of the greatest cyclists Australia's ever produced. We have been advertising at the Graeme Brown Supercrit that Danny Clark was coming to town, and he was coming to town. Unfortunately, as the photo suggests on the screen now, Danny crashed out training last week. I've spoken to Danny this morning. He has a couple of broken ribs. He's got a fractured eye socket, and he's having a bit of troubles with his lungs, coughing up a bit of blood. So Danny's not coming to Perth. I'm very sorry that we advertised that he was. He's even more sorry. And when I say he's one of the greatest ever, this man won road races against the likes of Moser and Cerrone. He was world champion on the track. Olympic medalist.
Won more 6 days than you can poke a stick at.
His 6-day absolute genius. There's a YouTube clip of his last 6-day at Rotterdam that's floating around on YouTube at the moment, and you've got no idea of how big this man was in cycling until you see how the Europeans treat him.
Well, he was big for cycling, but if he got up and had a sing, they loved him even more.
They show him having a sing. I did it my way was his catch tune, the old Frank Sinatra.
And he did do it his way.
He did do it his way. So best wishes to Danny. As I said, we had a chat this morning, and from my position of being able to run bike races over the last 6 or 7 years, to be able to ring up Danny Clark on his mobile and have a chat to him like a mate,
Well, he's always supported by our
fanboy in the world.
Absolutely, but he's always supported by our good friends at Glen Parker Cycles when he comes here.
Glen Parker Cycles. He was going to be staying with Hilt McMurdo. Hilt McMurdo needs to dust off the legs. He's riding up.
Well, he was
Saturday
dusting
afternoon.
off the left arm when I saw him in Nannup on the weekend.
He likes a
But
beer.
speaking of European results, we've negated to mention last time we spoke, our friend, WA soon-to-be legend but current professional, Cameron Meyer won the London 6.
Won the London 6 with Scottson.
And he did it very well.
And just in the last couple of days, Matthew Glaetzer has gone and ridden 59 seconds for the 1,000 metre time
59 and a bit for at sea level.
At
Now
sea level,
that's
fastest sea level ride in history.
It's unbelievable.
Absolutely. Yeah, as a throwaway event after riding the sprint in the Kieran. Well done, Matty Glaetzer. That's
I did a kilo once. About 115. I was going my best.
115 for 3 laps on a 250 metre track. I'd expect that from you. That's pretty good.
I'm pretty ordinary. Now my track bike doesn't have cranks, so I can't go and try and beat them.
No, Michael Freeberg's got those.
That's it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this week. matt1@iinet.net.au. Send us your feedback. Thanks for the photos that you sent us this week. May be able to use them, may not, but just keep it coming. Any comments, anything that you've got from Tour of Margaret River or the Rockingham Crint you want to send us along. Funny stories, so forth. I mean, if you had a look at the poor RCC1 team that managed to sandbag into First Division, and the looks of their faces as they were riding up that first hill, Stage 2, let's just say that Gary Boylan and our good mate Doug Stewart, well, weren't happy.
Don't forget Graeme Brown Supercrit page on Facebook. You can find all the start times, and of course Friday night 6:30 onwards at the Subiaco Football Club function rooms, Leederville Oval. Come down, you get your autograph with Stuart. There's a fair bit of sports memorabilia going to go under the auctioneer's hammer. I don't have a hammer, but
just go and borrow Thor's.
Raising money, actually, in a serious note, we're raising money for Stephen Wooldridge's family on behalf of Graeme Brown on the night. Ladies and gentlemen, that's us for this week. Next week,
we might not be here.
I think there's a surprise next week.
Maybe. Keep tuned. See ya.